Hello, sports fans and enthusiasts. Welcome back to Campus Chronicles Beyond the Game. I'm Brian Post, your guide as we journey through one of the most exhilarating realms of college sports. Now, for all you loyal football fans who have been with us on the gridiron, don't worry. We're still your source for all things football, and we're marching right alongside you as we near the playoffs. But today, we're taking a detour, venturing into a new arena, college basketball. It's a world brimming with its own thrilling traditions, rivalries, and unforgettable moments. And what better way to kick off our basketball journey than with one of the most iconic traditions in college hoops. Today, we'll be camping out at Allen Fieldhouse, home to the Kansas Jayhawks. This legendary campout is about more than just a game. It's a rite of passage, a student bonding experience, and yes, an absolute spectacle. Let's go back to the early 1980s, a simpler time in college sports. Back then, students didn't need an excuse to show their Jayhawk pride. No, they just needed a tent, some friends, and a whole lot of school spirit. On cold Kansas nights, these young fans would gather on the sidewalks outside Allen Fieldhouse, huddling in sleeping bags, wrapped in blankets, all for a chance to be the first inside on game day. It started small, just a few die-hard fans, really. But word spread, and as more students joined, those huddled masses of Jayhawk faithful transformed the simple act into something bigger. Suddenly, it wasn't just a campout. It was an experience. Soon enough, students were bringing tents, forming groups, creating a whole system. This, my dear listeners, is how a Kansas tradition was born. These early days were unorganized, raw, but that only added to the charm. In those tents, bonds were formed, stories were shared, and a sense of community, of belonging took root. Students weren't just camping. They were becoming part of something much larger, something uniquely Kansas. Times change, as they often do, and with them, so did Campout. What began outside, in tents, eventually found its way indoors. Now, picture this. Instead of huddling under the Kansas stars, students now camp out inside the hallowed halls of Allen Fieldhouse. Imagine the excitement as groups stake out their spots, armed not only with sleeping bags, but with air mattresses, card games, and the endless buzz of conversation. It's no longer just tents and blankets, my friends. It's an indoor festival of Jayhawk pride. Here, you'll find groups scattered across the concourses, building makeshift campsites. There are students playing cards, others studying, a few even playing basketball. And yet, amidst it all, there's a common bond, a palpable anticipation that hangs thick in the air. These students are here for one reason and one reason alone: to be part of Kansas basketball history. Think about it. The sounds, the sights, the camaraderie. Friends gathered in tight-knit groups, swapping stories of past games, speculating on the upcoming matchup. There's laughter, a shared excitement, a community that comes together with a singular purpose. And all of this takes place within the legendary walls of Allen Fieldhouse. Now, for those of you who might think that camping out for Kansas basketball is all fun and games, let's talk about the roll call, the great equalizer. You see, roll call is designed to separate the committed from the casual, the dedicated from the merely enthusiastic. It's the backbone of the campout, a test of grit and endurance. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. The field house is quiet, save for the soft rustling of students shifting in their sleeping bags. And then, suddenly, a voice cuts through the silence. Roll call! The place comes alive. Students scramble, eyes bleary, hearts pounding, as they rush to gather their group. Missing roll call? Unthinkable. It would mean losing their place in line. A price too high to pay after so many hours spent waiting. This is where dedication shines. No one wants to be the group that misses their call. This roll call system isn't just a formality. It's a rite of passage. A challenge to prove who truly deserves those coveted courtside seats. It's thrilling, nerve-wracking, and utterly unforgettable. Finally, the day arrives. The air is electric as the doors to Allen Fieldhouse swing open and students pour inside, rushing to claim their hard-won spots. After the cold nights, the missed sleep, the roll calls, this is their reward. The Jayhawks are about to take the court, and the energy is palpable. This is what they've been waiting for. Imagine it, the crowd swelling, the stands filling, the Jayhawk faithful chanting in unison. As the lights dim and the Kansas team takes the floor, the students are right there, courtside, part of the action, part of the legend. This isn't just another game day. It's a culmination of everything that makes Kansas basketball what it is. The ball is tipped, and in that moment, the sleepless nights, the roll calls, the camaraderie all come together. For the next 2 hours, these students are on top of the world, cheering, screaming, living the dream. And then, as the game draws to a close, there's one last tradition to bring it all together: the waving of the wheat. As the chant begins, rock, chalk, Jayhawk, hands are raised, swaying back and forth like fields of wheat under a summer sun. It's a sight to behold. A moment of pure, unfiltered Jayhawk pride. In that moment, everyone, students, alumni, families, are united. This isn't just a game. It's a shared experience, a piece of Kansas heritage. The waving of the wheat is the perfect end to a perfect day. a symbol of the loyalty, passion, and pride that defines Kansas basketball. And there you have it, sports fans, a deep dive into one of the most beloved traditions in all of college basketball. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history, the camaraderie, and the pure excitement that is Kansas Jayhawk Campout at Allen Fieldhouse. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, follow, and share Campus Chronicles Beyond the Game on your favorite platform, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Audible. Your support keeps us going, and we're just getting started as we journey into the world of college basketball. And don't miss our next episode, where we take you to the University of Kentucky for Midnight Madness, the official kickoff to basketball season and an event you won't want to miss. From all of us here at Campus Chronicles Beyond the Game, I'm Brian Post. Keep that spirit alive, and remember, whether it's basketball, football, or any other game, there's always a story beyond the game. Campus Chronicles Beyond the Game is a JourneyWise Studios production.